Hi, folks. My name is Tracy Wandress, and I'm a realtor for House Broker Realty in York County, Pennsylvania. And I also have a lifestyle blog called My York County Life, where you can check out news and events that are going on in Great York County, Pennsylvania, and also check out the real estate market. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately about the bubble. We all know what we went through back in 2008, and nobody wants to go through that again. And with housing prices soaring and buyers having trouble buying properties, it's just been a whirlwind, crazy market. So I've been keeping my eye on it. I check the news from our National Association of Realtors, and then I also check with our local association, which is Realtors of York and Adams County. And in listening to them and keeping up on what's going on, it appears that we're not in a bubble, which is great news, right? That's great news. So, but why? I mean, it feels like we're in a bubble. This can't keep going, right? Well, there are three factors that are contributing to us having the knowledge that it's not a bubble, because it's not the same as it was in 2007. And I'd like to go over that with you now. So the first being that back in the early 2000s, we were doing low down payments. People were getting loans for 100%, and it was rare that the person was putting a good amount down. So back in 2007, 45% of home loans were 100%. And compare that today with only 17% of the national average are putting 100%, doing 100% financing. So that right there gives you the security to know that the buyers that are out there are secure from going into foreclosure in a few years, because they have some equity if they needed to turn around and sell their home. Number two is, back in the day, 2007 and before, we had what's known as flexible mortgage rates and flexible lending practices, where back then you might have someone doing, they're not only putting nothing down, they're also having an adjustable rate mortgage, which there were like 15% of the population back then, the average were doing these flexible lending practices. They were even stated loans where you just walk in and say, okay, well, I have great credit and I started my own business and I make this amount. So they were called stated income loans. Compare that today with only 4%. And right now we have, because of the crash in 2008, the lending practices and restrictions went sky high. And so now we have a lot of restrictions in place to prevent lenders from being able to do that type of practice. So restrictions are tighter. And I want to mention that prior to the pandemic, we were in a 15-year foreclosure low. So that's a good sign also. And you can feel certain that the buyers that are purchasing now have put money down, so it's more of a solid transaction. And they're setting themselves up in more of a solid way. Number three is, we had an oversupply back in 2007. We had over 4 million homes on the market. Today, compare that to, we have 1.4 million. So right there, we know that we're not headed into a housing bubble. And if things do fluctuate a little down in pricing, we still have all of these buyers that are out there that were unable to purchase a home, and they are going to get back in. Maybe they got out because they were so frustrated that they weren't winning the bid. They're still there. There's still a great number of them that want to come back into the market. So it doesn't look like we're in a bubble, and we sure could use some listings. If you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to me. My number is 717-487-2537. And again, I'm Tracy Wandress, Realtor with Housebroker Realty, and I look forward to helping you with questions or helping you sell or buy a home. Have a great day.